Hello everyone. I think I have been the last video is quite a few time. Okay, I try not to shake my phone so you will not get dizzy. Okay. Mm, okay, I have some thought now. Mm, I actually have mentioned that I want to have my wedding photos, but because of this coronavirus things I couldn't really do for this moment. But I also have some comments. People have comment for me some ideas. I and my brother also did give me some ideas. It's going to studios or photo studios uh to take my photo, and especially in Malaysia they have like wedding packages for single women. And I also have did some like research on this Chun 什么 right in China. She's a CEO of a big company. I think she's a gay, but she very brave as a single. I'm not sure she have girlfriends or not, but she did give birth to a child called Doris. Yeah, and she raised her on her own. I have the same thought before. If I could financially independent and able to support more than myself and my mom, I do really want to have a child, because in my family is all women, so I grew up in this woman environment. I understand. And also today I wake up, and this day I'm having a bad sleep. I couldn't really sleep until very late. I need to adjust my sleep. I do love to have nap in the afternoon. Sometimes just too busy. I couldn't really have a nap or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I will have to continue while eating my lunch and continue working. But I really doesn't like this kind of like always busy, always working life. When I think back on my past of my experience with my father, this doesn't have a good term, because since I born my parents is divorced. So my dad doesn't really love me and doesn't really want me. He see me as like a product. Like a woman is a product, a property of his, that he could gain some benefit for himself. And I doesn't like this term when he every time talk about it in front of me when I was very little, and we only met once a year. It's not because he's live far or he's too busy, it's just that he doesn't wanted to. Hey, he's always talk bad in front of my brother and me when we was very little. He's always talking bad about my mom, but I don't like it, this kind of relationship with him. When I grow older, when I was like my mom couldn't afford me anything, like my furnitures, like in my times DVD is very luxury, even the big radios is luxury, or personal computers is luxury for me. My mom couldn't afford anything, or even like Tamaguchi at the time is very famous. I had to save every single dollars and money to buy all my stuff. Even my study table is given by my elder uncles, but I doesn't like the design and I doesn't like it, so I saved my own and bought my study table. And I really create when I bought this house. I really like my own purchase, and I have to give up because of the colors doesn't match this house, the theme. And I bought my own set sofa, not the sofa, I mean the office chair. At that time when I was starting working at 12, because I have the same height, same size, or slightly bigger. I was 65, not 55 like now. I was 65 kg. I was 168 in my primary school. So I able to get a cashier in a fast food job when I was in 12. When I turned 12, I still working part time, and I continue working and study. After school, maybe like 12, I I was go straight to work, and I come back maybe 9. I have bad experience. There is one guy came to follow me when I was going back home on my own. Then he's I doesn't know he's a neighbors of my flat or not, but he was like molest me when I was came out from the lift with him and in front of my door and was screaming and nobody helping. He ran pretty quick. I don't know what to do. And when I open up the door, my mom is sleeping inside. And that incident made me very, very angry. I was shouting right outside door and my mom couldn't do anything. And she doesn't able to hear it or she doesn't want to help me. The incident made me very bad. And second incident of my experience in my life is without a father, going out with all my aunties and uncle of from my mother's side. Okay, her family. She's the eldest, okay, of the sibling. So everyone respect her and everyone is, especially my Jakarta's uncles, and they are pretty well to do. They give us fun to raise me out. Even though my father does sometimes doesn't he stopped her maintenance fee when I was 12. So yeah, he's supposed to give me until I grow out like 18, but he didn't, and my mother does sue him, and it's only $180. He couldn't do anything for this family. And when I was so I save up, I work, I yeah, until sec 4. I think I sec 4 and I couldn't continue because of the N levels. There's a lots of like exam fee, a few $100s, and I'm really thankful for my teacher who are paying for me. I know they might not be around now, but I'm really thankful they never give up on me and they really pay for my fee. And I really wanted to go overseas travel because I was like the top student in my class. Then my uncle did help a bit to give me some fun, and my teachers who really favor me really give me some funds when I'm going to Australia with my classmate. So, and I really tired because I couldn't get very close with my friends sometimes, and I have to save and work. I couldn't ask much from my mom as well. So this kind of lifestyle is very bad. Sometimes I really wanted to give out. And I really wanted to finish my obligations. Although I didn't do well, but I really wish to finish. But too bad. When I was turning 17 or going to 18, I did a decision. I stopped working part time. I just want to enjoy life, the school life. But life is short. It's only for a year. Bad decision. I ever wanted to give up because I really want to rest like a normal kids. I learned to be like a same like my everyone. Stop working, just enjoy life, enjoy your school, you know. But I couldn't. I don't want to like always after school 1 p.m. I have to go rush back to work, like the start work at 3. You know, that life. I work in the fast food, so it's a meal is provided, so it's good, but I just feel so tired. I have enough. And the impact made me more is when my the other sibling of my uncles and aunties, my mom, they they suggest me to drop off school. So I'm kind of like a forced to be drop off to support the family. Okay, I really have that kind of guilt and against my mom that way. But I understand, I try to understand. But after that, I mean, even my cousin whoever across this video, they meant forgotten about this incident. Okay, this thing is, the impact for me is very bad is that I drop out school. Okay, I support when I was not even turning 18. I remember I not even turning 18 or 21. I start supporting the house. I paying almost 100%, but it's about 90%. Only a town council fee is my mom paying. Okay, almost everything I paid. The house rental, the water bills, even her mobile phone I also paid, for her. So from that onwards, I remember she's that time only me and her already. Yeah, I think that time only me and her living in the house. Okay, I start working in a retail or F&B. Because of my skin problem, I try to adjust, and also my dialysis is very, very stressful. Sometimes I couldn't have find a very suitable job. Okay, but I did save out and also continue upgrade myself because I've been rejected by a company before that my English is very bad and they couldn't accept I couldn't read or write or couldn't really spell simple words. So I have to try to upgrade myself, and good that I passed I have a diploma or a WSQ, but even though it's not a very good one. And I did finish, and because my finish the diploma by my brother is that time he my brother's with my father, okay, because we divorced, right? Yeah, my parents divorced, right? So we never grow up together ever since born. So but when that time he was in uni, he's not working, but he has saving. I think he gave me to me. He has working like a tutor or something, but yeah, for finish my course. And also I and one day, I think in one of the Chinese New Year, my relative came to Singapore. Okay, my relative came to Singapore. We are having dinner, and I still regret because the impact is so big on me that without a father, it's so big on me that how I ever seen how grow up their children is, and I also know that their children all went to uni. Okay, every single of them. None of them had the same experience as I am without a father. All of them have father and mother in the house. Okay, what impact me the most is I is compared to their children and me, I didn't have an equal benefit. Okay, I didn't have an equal benefit just because my mom is divorced, just because I grew up without a father, just because I couldn't get a uni cert because I didn't have a father. You know what it means? It hurt me a lot. And my own brother came from the same family, okay, same father and mother, doesn't have same father and mother, but he himself had a uni cert and I don't. So all the experience comes in the end, the conclusion is no father, no uni cert. That become a conclusion in my whole experience of that. So I feel very sad. I really, really, really sad because I didn't get a uni cert because I doesn't have a father. I cried very right. I cried is because I told them because I doesn't. She said don't come to your uncles and auntie and ask for support. Okay, when you want to have to study for your uni. That made me in fact is like, in when I was a child, I look up to my uncles and auntie like a father figures, but in the end they don't treat me like their child of their own. Won't treat me as their family members of their own. don't love me like their own. So it made me the impact is very bad. No, the experience is very bad. Okay, I overcome that. Came down, they are all already like very elderly now. I couldn't handle anything. Yeah, now did really do well. At that time, I really wanted to leave the house so badly. Ever since I was like very little, I always wanted to leave the house. I doesn't want to live in the house. I feel like does my existence of the house is a mistake. Totally is a mistake. My existence is the mistake. My both parents is divorced. You know, my life is doesn't become like a good like a princess life like any others. So I felt that I doesn't shouldn't be exist. But I still never give up. I did saving, I did investments, I try to make my life even better, okay, on my own. Okay, and when I get this house I'm happy. But what I have chosen on that time impact my whole life is that I might be a single for rest of my life is because I choose to support the house. I choose to stay with my mom. Even I have a dating guys, I all even we were our target is like go to get married, but I always will have few issue. First is the personal infections with each other. We have to like each other, okay, and also will I be able to love him and also continue for rest of life with him. This is one. Second is if I have that kind of feeling with him. Second would be another challenge is my mother. No matter what, I have to have my mother with me because she is my responsibility. That made me a choice that I didn't deserve. Okay, but I know that this is not true. I know that it's not true. I know that it's not right, but my condition is I have to take care of my mom. Okay, so he cannot interfere the relationship with me and my mom or whatever I wanted to do with the house. And second, I wanted to have freedom, a lot of freedom. I doesn't want to like after marriage, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot, you know, that kind. Because I see some of the married couples, their wife couldn't do a lot. I think because after marriage. And my top priority is still always my mom because she's my responsibility unless she left. So, because that is also I noticed that in most of the women who choose to support a breadwinner owner of the house, they may lead to this path because of being a single for rest of their life or without children or even a compassions. That could be um for the modern day because we are too busy working and we couldn't give up working as well because we need to support the family, support the elderly. You know, you cannot support the house, support everything, the loan and everything. Now is my mom doesn't pay anything, so I even she pay is good, it will help me a lot. But even she don't, I will be very stressful. That's all. But I still able to manage. I still able to manage. So yeah, which is good. But I'm really tired. I feel really tired. I just wanted to have that kind of life that one day I could just stop everything and really rest. Because it's the working life is oh okay. Some of you may not know. Uh I feel like it's like abusive relationship with my boss. They like to abuse me a lot. Okay, or even my colleague would like to abuse me a lot. I try to stay in the company as much as I could, even though I don't like it. But because of I need that kind of income for the family, I'll try my best to survive, no matter how bad it is, no matter how kind of stubborn or abusive they are. Mostly it's verbal abuse, not physical abuse. So far it's still okay, but mentally and long term is not good. So I need to train myself to clear my mind all the time. Try to is every day's abusing of that vulgar language and everything is very tough. Oh, so the mentality is very need to be very strong in that to be able to survive, because I really need that income and so for the job. So I really feel very stressful. I feel like I wanted to give up. Sometimes I just feel like one day if I just have to get up is best. I don't have to be alive is the best. I do have this thought because it's really too tired. I could sometimes how they abuse me is that when I apply certain leave, they will not be approved. Yeah, and I ever remembers like I could work all the time without leave. You know, people will have 14 days leave. I even the 14 days I not even take a day. The whole entire year I never take a 1 day leave. That could happen as well. And when my colleague is working as taking leave, I also I never sometimes it's like one I remember I worked in Zara before. I works like I take one whole year I didn't take any leave. I didn't take any MC. Even I feel home sick, how sick I am, I will still continue working. Even in this current company as well, because my bosses doesn't really like me to take MC. I try to minus as much as I could. And how sick I am, I will still continue working. Yeah, even those virus coming, I will also even I have cough or something, I still continue working. I know it's dangerous, but that is the culture. Come on. People doesn't like people who always taking MC as well. And I also cannot take apply leave because when you apply leave, they will cancel or they will not approve. So my in long term is very very tough for me. Even though I not working is like 10 years 5 years, but even it's working 5 years, it's like oh my goodness, it will be the same. It will be the same. I just want to have a break, like someone who can really help me to burden lessen my burden, or I can really really very rest at home, like tai tai, really a tai tai life. I ever wish that I could just okay, I give up everything and just be a tai tai would be the best job ever. Because I want to escape this kind of thing, but that is not the reality. That will never be a reality. It's just only a thought. Yeah. How much I wish to be a, a tai tai because it's too tough to continue this kind of life for long term, for rest of your life. You don't have, why not have a companion?